Well, it's probably wise. I think they saw that 14 days was not respected, and also scientific advice says that the first 7 days are key and essential. You could also ask the same question about the quarantine measures in the UK, because they are so drastic and they seem to be quite cosmetic, because there's hardly enough police enforcement. So, I mean, so far I think only 2 people have been fined for not respecting those quarantine incoming travellers to the UK. That, if you look at British airports, for instance, it is a catastrophe. Heathrow today is begging the British government to let them test and trace incoming travellers. They lost 81% of their passengers' numbers. I think it's 30 airports in Europe that are allowed to test incoming travellers. So Heathrow, which used to be the busiest airport in Europe, is now falling behind everybody else. So it's a question of balance, because it does have a terrible impact on the economy, and in that instance on the British economy.
And Pieraski, how leaders get their message across matters. One of the striking aspects of Boris Johnson's press conference on Wednesday was that it was the first time he'd spoken up about this since the month of July.
Yeah, but it's a question of confidence related to facts. When the Prime Minister here talks about the testing, it's true that the testing has increased, but when you see the queues in the streets of Paris, it's damning. You have to wait sometimes 6 hours to get tested. So there is this irritation, and the mental impact that Agnes was mentioning during the confinement is a different way now. Earlier today, I was supposed to meet a friend who lives in Lille and who had come to Paris for business. And he had a call. He had to return immediately to Lille because his daughter's class was closed because of 2 cases of COVID-19. And he had to go and pick up his daughter, return from Paris to Lille immediately. So this kind of disruption of life is something we'll have to learn to live with without getting mad.
I think also there's a point that you mentioned, Pierre, about whether we listen to politicians. And it's awfully difficult, I'm sorry to say this, to listen to Jean Castex, who last week was in a car with the organisers of the Tour de France,
who's tested positive.
But he was wearing his mask in the car, so that's a good example in a way.
Well, in a way,
and he did a test and came out negative.
And it came out negative, but he was in an enclosed
space. He wasn't 1.5 meters apart.
Yeah, they were in an enclosed space, and you could say, well, he needed to be there because the tour was going around his area. He was flying the flag for his area. But when you have a prime minister who does that and is on TV shown to him doing that, you think,
But they say testing is just around the corner. That this testing that you can roll out and everyone can have it, and it's real easy and very effective, is just around the corner, and that will solve those disruption problems that Pierre was talking about.
That's the key. If the testing is simple and we get the results quickly enough, then we are, it can be part of our daily life without too much disruption. Today, if you are a contact case, your life for a week is going to be hell, because you get to get the tests, then you have to wait in certain anxiety for the results. Your job is in disarray, your relations with your family. I mean, it's a big disruption in our lives. But as long as there's no vaccine and we don't seem to be close to it, we have to live with it. And that's probably the only message the Prime Minister had today, was you have to learn to live with it.